I didn't think this would happen, but Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 is where the price stuff with Nintendo, actually, the last Direct we just had, that hour-long Direct, is where the prices have finally hit its boiling point with me, because this is crazy. So I want to talk about Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 first. So I own Mario 3D All-Stars. Mario 3D All-Stars, when it came out, as far as I can see from what I'm looking at, because the prices have changed now because it's like rare, it was $60. And you got Mario 64, you got Mario Sunshine at 720p, and you got Mario Galaxy at 1080p. So for $60, you got those three games. Now, for $70, you can get Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, and they will run in 4K, and there's a new assist mode added. For $70, you can get those two games. So for $60, you would get the 3, and now for $70, you get the 2. How is that being factored? So because there's a new assist mode and it can run in 4K, now Galaxy is essentially $30? Because if you buy the package, you're getting it for $70. Because in 3D All-Stars, the package was 20. Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy. So now it's 30 and 40 if you assume that the 70 is 30 for Galaxy and 40 for Galaxy 2. Which maybe some people can see as a fair price. I don't think so at all. $70 for those two games is kind of crazy to me. They run in 4K, and they have an assist mode. How is that $70? Like, that's a lot of money. That's the same price as Donkey Kong Bonanza, a brand new game. So then, if you were to take it to buying it separately, they're $40 each, which I'm kind of surprised that they have it separately for both. I mean, I guess more options is better, but the only reason I can even see for the separation is people like me that feel like they're getting kind of screwed over because they have 3D All-Stars. I can buy Galaxy 2 separately. So I was like, cool, they're giving me an option. I already have Mario Galaxy 1 on the 3D All-Stars. I can get Mario Galaxy 2. Good to go. Which would be $40, which, I don't know, for it to just be in 4K and an assist mode, I don't know, that's kind of pricey to me. But whatever, $40. But I will not have Galaxy 1 with the assist mode. Even though I'm not using the assist mode, it's still, that's a feature I won't have. And I won't be able to run it in 4K. I really wish I could do some sort of upgrade for the 3D All-Stars game for like a Switch 2 edition or something, like a $10 upgrade or something. And then I could run Galaxy 1 in 4K. But that's not the case. So I'd have to shell out $70 for these two old games that just now run in 4K. Like, we're not talking like it added, like, you see games all the time getting re-released. And they're much cheaper, and they have all these bonus features. You get tons of new art, you get tons of new, like, achievement stuff, you get tons of new features. As far as I know, this just has 4K, assist mode, and some new pages in the Rosalina book. Which, by the way, as far as I know, in the Direct, they didn't even talk about that it runs in 4K or that it has an assist mode, which is wild to me. It is wild that they didn't talk about that in the Direct. Communication has been so poor with the Switch 2, in my opinion. I don't know why it dwindled so much. I feel like their communication wasn't always the best. Like, when it came to online, there was always stuff they weren't talking about. But this has been getting crazy. I remember when the Switch 2 came out, they didn't talk about like any prices at all, I think. So then we get to the Amiibo, right? So Amiibo is something I always had fun collecting. You can go see my reactions to the Direct. I get so pumped when I see Amiibo. They are being freaking bungholes about this because they're not showing the price, and boy howdy is there a reason. This is not fun anymore to collect. I have over 100 Amiibo, and I bought the Donkey Kong Bonanza Amiibo. I'm pretty much done buying Amiibo. Unless if the prices go down, pretty much done. The Mario Galaxy Amiibo. This blows my mind. I did not know that they were this much. Individually, they are $40. $40. That is crazy. So if you buy the $70 Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 package, and then you buy both Amiibo, you're at $150. That is absolutely insane. In the past, I used to have fun buying the Amiibo. I used to have fun because I'd go buy a new game. They'd release one or two Amiibo. They were what, like $12 a piece? And it was fun. I could maybe even understand $20 each for the new Amiibo. 40? Like, what's blowing my mind is that people have been complaining about the prices for a while, but I felt like it wasn't all like Nintendo fans. It was people that were like kind of on the outside, like maybe dip their toes a little bit into Nintendo stuff. I think they're starting to hit a point where diehard Nintendo fans have had it, because I know I have, because this is getting crazy. So when it comes to other stuff, so we have Kirby and the Forgotten Land. That Switch 2 edition, at first it was like, oh, that's kind of cool, they're adding content. From videos I've seen, you can complete that bonus stuff in 4 hours. So you want to tell me that $20 is worth 4 hours of content? Granted, it depends on how good you are at the game and all this stuff, and like, you know, there's factors, but 20 bucks? So you got to pay 80 total for the game. That's insane. Like that is insane. Donkey Kong Bonanza. I was pumped that it was getting DLC. I bought it. As I'm playing it, like I did stream it and I was getting tired, and like I feel like I just didn't get as into it as I could have. I'm going to definitely give it some more time, and maybe I'll really start to enjoy it. Maybe I'll get like my money's worth in terms of how much time I spend on it. But playing it, it really feels like that should have just been in the game or a free update. Like it's $20 and the game is $70. And then you had Pokemon get announced. Well, it's been announced, but in the Direct, they showed Pokemon. It has DLC already announced, and I believe it even said pre-order the DLC. Like, are you freaking kidding me? The game's not even out. This is getting crazy to me. Crazy. Because if you go to the past Nintendo, on the Wii U, the Mario Kart 8 DLC on the Wii U, as far as I can remember, the prices were so fair, and you got a bunch of content for the price. It was incredible. Now, you look at this DLC, 20 bucks a pop? For what? For what? This stuff doesn't add up to it being 20 bucks. And again, the base price has gone up anyway. 70 bucks for Bonanza. So I know that the drip feed content was annoying in the past, but I'd rather have some of this stuff be a free update. To me, the equivalent, like I know it is different because I would argue that there's more in the Bonanza DLC than this, but the Mario Odyssey Luigi Balloon World was a free update and it was incredible. That added a ton of game time for me. I had a lot of fun with that. This stuff in Bonanza, to me, 10 bucks at most, if not a free update. It feels like a post-game type of thing. Like, it doesn't really feel like it should be DLC. And, you know, you can argue that, like, I got suckered into buying it because I was, like, super hyped. I saw DK Island, all that stuff. That's fine. But, like, Donkey Kong, I'm super into. So, like, again, I think I'm going to dive in, probably get my money's worth out of it. But I'm not buying all this stuff anymore. Like, in the past, you know, I'd buy something like Mario Golf Super Rush. It was like, you know, I kind of think I'll have fun with it. And then it turned out that the game wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be. You know, there were games like that, but I feel like it wasn't as intense as it is now. I am way more hesitant to want to try these games because I got to pay 70 bucks a pop, if not 80. I don't know if they're ever going to do 80 again. I'm assuming they will. So 70 bucks a pop. They're already willing to show that DLC will not only just come out quickly like it did with Bonanza, it'll come out literally before the game comes out. You can buy DLC. That's insane. The game's already 70. I'm pretty sure Pokemon's 70. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it is 70. So what is going on here? They've definitely reached a limit, right? Like, it's not just me. Because like I said, I feel like it was more the outside that was like really annoyed with the prices. Not that I was like happy. I wasn't happy like, yes, woohoo, I'm going to pay 80 bucks for Mario Kart World. I wasn't happy about it. But I figured like, all right, this is the one game that's expensive. I think they're doing it for a reason because you can buy the Switch 2 bundle. They want to push the bundle. They want to get people to get a Switch 2 now. That I kind of understood. And I was like, well, I'll put a bunch of time in Mario Kart 8, like, you know, whatever. Now, we all know what happened with Mario Kart 8. Or sorry, Mario Kart World. I was talking about Mario Kart World. We all know what happened with Mario Kart World. I think a lot of us dipped out of it. So then you get the $70 games. And with Bonanza, it was like, you know, this game's really, really good. It's incredible. But they're willing to release $20 DLC. So I don't know anymore. I don't think this is the Nintendo that I knew and loved. And I know someone's going to say, like, it's been like this for a while. The Wii U was magic. It was magical. I know that sounds cringy, whatever. It was magical. It was. And it's funny because I have felt that the Wii U was the last console that felt like Nintendo to me. Even though I loved the Switch, like the Switch 1, I loved it. There was something that just didn't feel Nintendo to me. And now it really feels like Nintendo is a shell of itself. These prices are freaking crazy. I know there's things going on in the world that are causing prices to go up in general, but $40 per amiibo is freaking wild. Like, I still can't even fathom that. You're gonna buy both? Again, I'm not shading anyone, by the way, on what people decide to buy. People can buy whatever the heck they want. That's their money, their choice. I'm saying for myself, I'm not supporting that. I'm literally just not. $40 a piece. And this is coming from someone who has over 100 amiibo. I loved buying them. There's no way I'm spending that much. It's not about if you can afford it or not. It's about that it's not worth it. I don't see how it's worth it. I'm honestly like kind of worried when it comes to Nintendo. I think they have hit a limit. I don't think there's enough fans that'll just keep buying all this stuff. I actually don't. Because like I said in the past, I mean, like I do YouTube as well. So it was like, you know, Mario Golf Super Rush. Not the biggest golf fan. I thought it looked kind of fun. Give it a shot. You know, I feel like that was more few and far between. And like in the past, they do drip feed content. Drip feed content was kind of annoying, but at least it was free. Now, they're doing DLC that's expensive. They're willing to do it pretty soon after a game launches. And they're also willing to do it before the game even launches. So yeah, I don't know. This is a weird time to be a Nintendo fan. Because I thought Prime 4 looked cool. And I'm not the biggest Metroid fan, but seeing that new Prime 4 trailer in the new Direct, I thought it looked really cool. But I gotta be honest, I don't know if I want to spend $70 to try it. I don't know if I want to do that. Because I believe if I get the Switch 2 edition, it'll be 20. I mean, it'll be 70. So, I don't know anymore. I really don't. I think Kirby Air Riders is a definite for me, because I think it's more of what I was looking for in terms of the arcadey racer, because Mario Kart World just didn't end up being that for me for the decisions that they made in the game. It's not really the game that I keep throwing on and playing. I think Kirby Air Riders might be that, so I think I'm definitely going to get that. But these other games, I don't think I'm going to try as much as I would have been willing to in the past, because this is getting crazy. I mean, I don't know. Now I'm kind of worried to get some of these games. Does Prime 4 have DLC a month later? I have no idea. I have no clue. This is getting wild. This is getting wild. Let me know in the comments down below if you've finally hit a point, like a boiling point, where like you just aren't spending this kind of money anymore. And just let me know in general, like what you feel about all this, because to me, that Direct sent a pretty big signal on that their prices are getting, like they were already getting ridiculous, but they're showing no signs of even remotely budging. And I don't think they can keep up with this. I actually don't think there are enough diehard Nintendo fans that will just keep buying all this stuff. I think people were more willing to give games a shot in the past. I think with the way that they're handling things now, I don't think they will be. So we're going to see what happens. Let me know in the comments down below on what you think about all this, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.